Good evening, everyone. Tonight's message is from John chapter 12 and from verse 20 to 36. The title of this message will be Jesus and the Gentile Visitors. So the Greeks are visiting Jerusalem and they want to see Jesus. The Greeks were God-fearing and attended the synagogues, the Jewish synagogues, and they sought the truth. And Gentiles, they came to see Jesus when he was a young child. And now Gentiles also come to see him just before his death. So the Jews says, we would see a sign. They look for a sign. But the visitors, they say, we would see Jesus. They want to learn from Jesus. And this is highly commended. The central theme is here for this message is the glory of God. Jesus saw beyond the cross to the glory that would follow. Verse 28 says, Father, bring glory to your name. And what is the lesson to be drawn? From verse 24, the lesson here, the great spiritual truth that we find here is, I tell you the truth, unless a kernel of wheat is planted in the soil and dies, it remains alone. But its death will produce many new kernels, a plentiful harvest of new lives. So this is the important lesson that we must take note. Then Jesus used this image of a seed to illustrate the great spiritual truth that there can be no glory without suffering. Second, no fruitful life without death. And thirdly, no victory without surrender. Of itself, a seed is weak and of no use. But when it is planted, it dies and becomes fruitful. There is both beauty and bounty when a seed dies and fulfills its purpose. We are God's children and we are like seeds. We are small and insignificant, but we have life in them. We have God's life in us. This life can never be fulfilled unless we yield ourselves to God and permit Him to plant us. We must die to self so that we may live unto God. Romans chapter 6. It is no longer that I liveth, but Christ liveth in me. So only way to have a fruitful life is to follow Christ in death, burial, and resurrection. And Jesus challenges us this evening to surrender our lives to Him. We note the contrast, loneliness or fruitfulness, losing your life or keeping your life, serving self or serving Christ, and pleasing self or receiving God's honor. Also, God has predestined us to be conformed to the image of His Son. Romans chapter 8. And the question is whether we want to be comfortable or conformable, to be conformed to Christ. So if we are looking for comfortable lives, then we will protect our plans and desires we save our lives and we never get to be planted. But if we will our lives and let God plant us, we will never be alone, but we will have the joy of being fruitful to the glory of God. Note this last verse, being fruitful to the glory of God. And Jesus says, if any man, whether you're Jew or Greek, serve me, let him follow me. And from the last few verses, verse 35, 36, Jesus said he would be there in person for a short time only, and they should take advantage of his presence while they had it. Like a light shining in a dark place, he would point out the way they should walk. If they walk in his light, they would become children of the light, revealing the truth and pointing people to God. As Christians, we are to be Christ's light bearers, letting his light shine through us. So we ask ourselves, are we letting our light shine? Are we bringing glory to God? Thank you, and God bless you.